Hello, I started to write this class March 19, 2013, and I want to show you the basis of cyclical analysis with time and solution software. I have downloaded daily chart for S&P 500 futures continuous data for last 10 years, starting from beginning of 2003, and we will conduct the cyclical analysis for this price history. In this class, we will analyze daily data only. Intraday data, this is another story and another technique. Like turbo cycles, wavelet models in time and solution, we will discuss it in another class. Okay, step number 2, cyclical mode versus trend mode. I must say that this is not good time for cyclical analysis, and I will explain you why. Before we start our research, I recommend to look at your price chart without any sophisticated math. Sophisticated math will be later. Just look at your chart. The first thing you can see here, this is straight up trend starting from mid of November. I will mark this trend. Here it is. Red arrow. Yeah. In this case, they say that stock market is not in trend mode. Stock market is in trend mode, not in cyclical mode. This is another example. Look at this from May till mid of November or to mid of August. I will display the close line. Here you see this is now stock market is in cyclical mode. You see some oscillation there present there. There is some room for cyclical movement here, not trend only. Theoretically, we can apply the cyclical analysis if stock market is in cyclical mode, is not in trend mode. But we will conduct cyclical analysis in any case, and I will explain you what can we do in situation if stock market is in trend mode, like now. Of course, I can easily find another time frame and some other financial instrument that is in cyclical mode now, like forex, but I have decided to leave it as it is. Step number 2. Very simple idea behind cyclical analysis. Just a second, I will remove this arrow. Okay, there is very simple idea behind any cyclical analysis. Now I would like you to introduce the major person of any cyclical analysis, Her Majesty harmonic wave. I need to make 3 mouse click to draw harmonic wave. Let's make this mouse click together. I click this button wave, choose harmonic wave here, and drag mouse through the main chart, through the price chart. Here it is. I can vary this harmonic wave, find the best fit this price. The core idea of cyclical analysis is the price chart may be constructed from these harmonic waves. We can combine 1, 2, 3 or many or more harmonic waves. Harmonic wave for mathematicians is like Lego construction game for kids. Mathematicians love to model universe using these harmonic waves. Okay, step number 3, superposition of harmonic waves. Understanding the superposition of harmonic waves. To demonstrate how we can construct the price chart using harmonic waves, I run another module in time and solution software. This is easy cycle model. Here it is, E button. Okay. Here in this module, I can draw the harmonic wave simply dragging the mouse cursor through the price chart like this. Yep, this is harmonic wave. Now I want to use this harmonic wave to create a forecast model. Just example. I put this cycle to cycle box list. Click this button, add. You see the program put this cycle to cycle box. Now I want to catch another oscillation. Click here, or drag mouse here. Okay, click Add button. Now you see superposition of this projection line is superposition of two harmonic waves. One with period 40 months and another with period 441 day cycles. Okay, and now I try to catch smaller wave like this, you see. Okay, and add this cycle to cycle box 2. Okay, you see this is superposition of three harmonic waves. I totally accept your doubts regarding this approach. This approach is too subjective. We can draw these waves different ways, and the result will be totally different. We need to find some more formal criteria to choose these cycles. Otherwise, we will lost in the ocean of possibilities. Step number 4. A fast example. Now I want to make 3 steps ahead and demonstrate to you how you can conduct the cyclical analysis using the formal criteria only. I delete all these cycles, clicking this clear button. You see there are no cycles there. Okay, and now I run spectrum model. Here it is. This model will be explained separately. You see, this diagram shows the cyclical activity for your financial instrument, S&P 500 futures data. Now I made mouse click around the peaks, highest peaks here. I click here. You see the program put these cycles to extracted cycles list. I click here. One more cycle, and I clicked here. Now I drag and drop these cycles to easy cycle model. Do it this way. Highlight this model, click mouse button, then drop this, drag this cycle to easy cycle model and release button. You see the cycles is there. This 214 day cycles. Now I drag and drop another cycle this way. This is superposition of 3 harmonic waves, and next cycle it's highlight 50 day cycle, drag mouse, release mouse button, and you see this is superposition of 3 harmonic waves. Yep. Now I close all these modules, and we will continue to study the cyclical analysis in details. Step number 5. Period, amplitude and phase. As I mentioned before, the main person of our research is harmonic wave, and we need to know all major parameters for harmonic waves. Here they are. Look at this slide demonstration number 1. It is. You see here 3 major parameters of harmonic wave. First parameter, most important, period. This is distance between two initial points, point A and point B. This is beginning of this cycle. If, for example, distance between point A and B 100 days, they say that the period this cycle is 100 days. Next parameter is amplitude. This is high of this cycle. This is distance between this and that. You can take the amplitude as a strength, as a power of our wave. For example, small minor wave with small amplitude, or huge wave with a big amplitude, kind of tsunami. And third parameter, point A. We can shift this cycle on 10 days, 20 days, whatever. And the position of initial point A, it's called phase. This is beginning of our cycle. So For cyclical analysis, we need to find the right period, right amplitude, and right phase. This is core of cyclical analysis. Next step, step number 6, spectral analysis, core idea, and a little history. The question is, what cycle we should use to model our price history the best way? Should we use 100-day cycle, 150 days, 200-day cycles, or some other cycle? The first who has answered this question was a British physicist, Arthur Schuster, in 1898. In other words, more than 100 years ago. He he calculated periodogram to reveal the most important cycles. In Time Solution, we can calculate periodogram clicking this button, spectrum button. Here it is. I click it. In few seconds, I got this diagram. This is periodogram for our financial instrument. These diagrams shows the cyclical activity for your financial instrument. S&P 500 mini futures data daily. Speaking scientifically, this diagram shows the spectral density for analyzed financial instrument. Speaking non-scientifically, the highest peak here, like this peak, this peak, this peak, this peak, correspond to the most power, most important, most influential cycles for our financial instrument. You see, the most highest cycle here is 147-day cycle. Now do this with click, made mouse click around this peak, this way. I make mouse click, and the program sends these 147-day cycles to extracted cycle box. Okay, next step. Look on the main screen. You see the program displays red projection line. This is projection line is based on this 147-day cycle. Step number 7. Overtones or Fourier series. To understand how overtones option work, I recommend to vary this parameter, spectrum model. Look at this parameter. Just a second. Use 6 overtones. Set it to 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1 overtones. You see the program displays the pure sinus curve. Set it to 2. The program, the shape of this curve change it a bit. Set it to 3. You see there is one more oscillation. For example, if I set it to 12, I will get I will get very enriched projection line, and this projection line is based on 147-day cycle. Now I want to show you this slide to demonstrate how overtones work. Look at this. When we use only one overtones, we have pure sinus curve, pure harmonic wave. I set amount of overtones to 2, and this projection line is superposition of 2 harmonic waves, 147-day cycles and another harmonic wave with half period of initial cycles. It's, in other words, half of 147, it's 73-day cycles. It's superposition of 2 harmonic waves. I set it to 3. This is superposition initial harmonic wave, half of period, and 1/3 of period. Actually, we follow here the steps of French mathematician Joseph Fourier, who first applied Fourier series in 1822 to analyze heat distribution. It was almost 200 years ago. By the way, Joseph Fourier was the first who proposed the harmonic waves as universal language of mathematics, and this language is used now a lot. It's the most useful function, harmonic functions. Okay, next step, number 8, superposition of several cycles. Just a minute, I close this. Now we will involve in our research other cycles. I will set amount overtones to 2. Yep. And now I click, I will choose more cycles. I will choose this cycle. You see this is 214 day cycles, and I will choose this cycle. It's a 50 days cycle. Why these 3 cycles? Why not another cycles? I will explain you why. This is one more slide. You see, 2 criteria should meet together. Criteria number 1. The peaks should be as high as it possible. You see, the highest peak here is 147. In other peaks it's 214. And there is one more peak, it's 325. But there is one more criteria, number 2. We calculate the width of our peak. We take half of high of this peak. This is half of high our peaks, and look the width of this peak on this level. You see, this is narrow peak. This peak, 214 days peak, it's narrow too. You see this width of this peak, it's marked by a smaller red cycle. It's narrow peak, we can use it. But this peak, 325, it's not so narrow, it's wide. No, actually we can use it, we can try to use it, this cycle. But this peak is very wide. We cannot use it for our research. It's very wide, very wide. Besides that, I have chosen another cycles with period 50 days. Why? Simply because I know that 50-55 day cycles often works for financial data, so I decided to choose this cycle. So we have 3 cycles. Now we choose 3 cycles here. Now look at the main screen. You see there are 3 curves there. Here they are. The red curve. This is this one. This is 147 days harmonic wave. Sorry. Green. This is 214 days harmonic wave, and this is violet. This is 50 days harmonic wave. You can play with these cycles. For example, look at this. 2 waves, blue and violet, shows the same, shows the top. This like synchronized zones. But I recommend to drag and drop this list to the main screen. Do it this way. Just make mouse click here and drag the mouse, keeping the mouse button pressed to the main screen. Release button, mouse button. You see the program calculates superposition of these 3 waves. Yeah, projection line based on these 3 cycles. To delete this projection line, you can click this button, delete all events. You see, I recommend to play with amount of overtones. Set it to 4 overtones, and drag it once again. Release button. You see, this is a very enriched projection line. A lot of overtones there. Or try to set it to 8, 12. Yep. Okay. Next step number 9. Trend mode and reaction effect. Look at this price chart. You see it shows down, immediately down. Down just tomorrow it should, but the price should go down. Is it correct forecast or something is wrong here? Can we trust this forecast? My answer is not. The reason we are in trend mode now. This is restriction of all cyclical models. They do not like trend. To demonstrate how it works, this is what I did. I have downloaded S&P 500, the same price history. I have downloaded February 1st, 2013. In other words, I did it almost 2 months ago, and have conducted the same cyclical analysis as now. This is what I got. Just a second. Yeah, I did this forecast February 1st. You see, this projection line shows down, immediately down. In other words, the cyclical analysis conducted 2 months ago shows us the same. It should be immediately down correction. This is reaction effect. This is how cyclical model reacts on trends. Immediately correction against trend. So you always should keep in mind what mode is now, trend mode or cyclical mode. Step number 10, beyond the cyclical analysis. Okay, beyond the cyclical analysis. I have explained you the basis of cyclical analysis, and our next step sends us beyond the cyclical analysis. Why? We did all our calculations, our research correctly. In other words, 147 or 50-day cycles, these cycles are really present in price chart, but there are some other forces that move the stock market now, and these forces are much more stronger than cyclical oscillations. Just imagine that you play a badminton in open air. There is a strong wind outside. Now the weather is very windy, and the shuttlecock will be constantly moved by this wind outside the court. Wind for badminton players is the same as a trend for cyclical analysis. Look at this slide. Just a second. Here it is. You see, the price, last price movement is still November 2012. Can be considered as superposition of two components. First component, this is trend, straight line, and second component is oscillation around this trend. The presence of this trend makes these harmonic waves practically not tradable. Trend is kind of wind for cyclical analysis. We need calm weather for cyclical research. So we have to switch our attention on long-term cycles. Now look another slide. I will explain why cycles didn't work now. Actually, these cycles present, they really work, but they not tradable. Look at this. Okay. You see, the last price movement from November 2012, this uptrend with period uptrend 124 days uptrend. Maybe this uptrend, this part of swing of bigger cycle, this bigger period, the period of this bigger cycle should be at least 4 times multiply 124. In other words, for almost 500 days and more. In other words, we have to analyze the cycles with period 500 days and more. The cycles with period less than 500 days cannot be used for forecasting the moment then these uptrends will end. 147, 200 something cycles cannot explain it. They cannot. Okay, they can explain variation around this trend, but we need more cycles. Actually, I tend to consider these long-term cycles as economical cycles. So, what is our next step? Actually, right now, we have not any working forever technique. This is time of technology, not techniques, but technology. We will employ different approaches and watch how these approaches work. I see two possibilities there. Possibilities one is analyze economical cycles, and possibilities two is analyze similarities. Okay, step 11, economical cycles. I think the most important economical cycles are kitchen 40-month cycle. This cycle is very close to 4 years presidential cycle, and Uglar cycle with period it varies from 9 years to 12 years. Actually, Juglar cycle is my favorite one. Clement Juglar is French doctor and mathematician. He lives in 18th century. But you should remember that economical cycles has been developed to analyze economical and business data like GDP and whatever. Stock market, this is another story. It's not the same as economic. The stock market involves in our research mass psychology that makes these cycles, stock cycles, much more choppy, much more unpredictable. So, first cycle, kitchen inventory cycles. To conduct this research, we need to download more price history. Now I will download S&P 500 index since 1973, 74, 1973. This is index. This is not futures, because futures they start trade futures starting from 1997. But for our research we need more price history, so I have downloaded index. Now run spectrum model. You see because we want to plan to analyze long-term waves, I recommend to set another target here. I set a target with oscillation with period. Let it will be $300, not 50 but $300. And click calculate. Oppa, you see the highest peaks, it's 41-month cycle. It's exactly what we need. This is kitchen inventory cycle. I choose this cycle. Here it is, and we can see how the cycle works. I recommend to play with amount of overtones here. Yeah, it will look like this. Next cycle, it's Uglar cycle. I believe Uglar cycle is connected with Jupiter cycle. Jupiter cycle, I remind you, this is a period almost 12 years. So, to calculate these cycles, I recommend to download more price history. So, I have downloaded Dow Jones Industrial Index starting from 1885. It's 127 years price history. We need more price history to analyze long-term cycle. I calculate, this is Dow Jones for last long-term price history. Set LBC to last price bar and calculate. Click astronomy button. Here it is. Okay, and set Jupiter. I prefer to use heliocentric zodiac. This is Jupiter economical cycle. This is how it worked last. Yep. Now you see it's. Pay attention this period, beginning of April. Yeah, this is Jupiter cycle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not working, but you should always keep it in mind. Step number 12, looking for similarity. This is another techniques. It has been developed recently. We are looking here the similarities in the past. Just a second. I download S&P 500 index for last 40 years. S&P 500 for last 40 years from 1973. Okay. In this model, these techniques, we ask when, in what year in the past we had up rally since November till end of March at least. Okay, now I will do this way. I look at this price chart. Okay, since November, I will calculate how many bars, price bars, trading day. It was still since maybe not November, maybe mid of October. I will calculate bars within interval and drag the mouse. It was oh sorry, it's another techniques. Sorry. Here it is. Sorry. Sorry once again, just a second. Okay, I click here and bars within interval counter. Here it is. I drag the mouse and the program displays me how many bars trading day it was since mid of October. Okay, what I do now, I run pattern and similarity model. Now I set these parameters. Filter, I will set year. Find similar year in the past. And we will analyze last 100 bars. How many it was bars there? 97. No, it will be less. It will be 100 bars. Okay, and click this button. You see the program displays the most similar years in the past. The first year it was 1987. Look at this. You see 1987. Red projection line is 1987, and black, this is our current price chart. You see, we can see how the price moved in 1987, and we can see how the price moved after that. This is kind of forecast. 1989, very good, very good. You see, very good coincidence. 1983, not so good, but we can use it. I don't know. We can try. 1976, very good, very good. This projection line is not so good. It's not so good, not so good. So now I recommend to draw the averaged line based on these best projection lines, best years. 1987, 1989, 1983, and now 1976. In order to do that, please click uncheck. It will uncheck all items and set on for these items. We will use these years to make our forecast. And in view set option committee. It displays the averaged projection line based on these years. This is our consensus forecast based on 4 most similar cycles in the past. Actually, this is very interesting technique. I recommend to vary to uncheck these options and maybe include some other items. So that's it. Thank you a lot. Done.